Hello citizens, it's Leeds versus Man City in the Premier League, and it's going to be a good game. Now we're just on the back of a win against Real Madrid 4-3 at Etihad in the Champions League semi-final, and that was a great result. We could have won that game by 3 or 4 goals in the first half alone, and everyone played well. You can't have passengers against Real Madrid, and we didn't have a single one. And yeah, I thought we were the better team, and if we play like that next week against them in the second leg, we're going to be through to another Champions League final. So we are progressing in Europe, and of course we're going strong in the Premier League too. Now Leeds is a different kind of challenge. I think it's going to be a tough game. Now Leeds are unbeaten in the last 5 games, and they've had some great results recently. You know, they beat Wolves 3-2 away, drew 0-0 away with Crystal Palace as well. We know how tough Palace are to beat. We've only got 1 point against them this season. We know how difficult Wolves can be to beat. They usually turn us over somehow. You know, so they're good results for Leeds. And I think since Bielsa has left them, you know, they're a little bit more consistent. You kind of know what you're going to get from them. When Bielsa was in charge, they were kind of like a boxing match, wasn't it? It was punch, punch, punch. A bit like how Liverpool play, but not as much quality. And you never knew which Leeds were going to turn up. You know, and obviously at the Etihad, I think we scored 7 against them. I don't think it's going to be like that this time around. I think it's going to be a bit more cagey. And of course, Leeds are not safe either. You know, they've not avoided the drop just yet, so they do still need points. And we're chasing another Premier League title, so both teams are going to be a little bit cagey, I think, at the beginning. And I think whoever puts their foot down first most likely win. Now, I expect City to come out flying in the last few games. We've done that. We did it against Real Madrid as well, of course. We scored immediately with De Bruyne's little diving header. So I expect us to try and take charge early on, not just pass the ball around, but be a bit more direct with it. That's how we've gone in the last few weeks. And you know, as long as we play like we did against Real Madrid, we should come out, I think, with a win. But again, like I said, Leeds, I think they're a little bit more stable under Marsh than Bielsa. Now, as for City, Walker's out. It looks like he's going to be out for the rest of the season. Pep said in his press conference he's injured, and it looks like it's going to be the rest of the season, which is a shame for us because I think we're going to need him, particularly against Liverpool in the Champions League final, if we make it that far. I think Walker would have been a huge benefit for us because his pace we're so dependent on his pace at the back on counter-attacks, and without him, you know, we suffer a little bit, and we saw that with the defense we played against Real Madrid. Now, obviously, Cancelo's going to come back in because he's not suspended in this one. He was suspended against Real Madrid, so he's going to come back in, play on the right side. On the left, who's he going to play? Honestly, I don't know because we've got injuries all over the defense. Haven't we? Got Stones is out as well tomorrow. Walker's out. Stones is out. So on the back 4, you expect Laporte, Diaz to play. And it could be Ake or Zinchenko. I think it's probably going to be Zinchenko, to be honest. Although in the league, he's relied more on Ake. And I think Ake's done brilliantly when he's come in. You know, he played fantastic against Liverpool twice. I think he's having a good time with us at the moment. And we're going to need all the defense to pack in because I think one more defensive injury, and I think that could cost us quite harshly. You know, if it's Diaz or Laporte gets injured next, oh boy, we could be in big trouble. So hopefully no more injuries from the back 4. Of course, Edison's going to play as well. In midfield, you can't see any changes. Rodri, Bernardo, De Bruyne. I mean, how can you take any of them out? I don't think you can. Rodri is obviously so important to us in that defensive midfielder role. You know, he looks after defense really well. And his switching of play, you know, he goes left, he goes right with the diagonal balls. Gets on the attack quite a bit as well. And his hold-up play is pretty decent. He can usually hold off a couple of plays. Now, Leeds, obviously, they can run. And the one thing Rodri lacks is a bit of pace, you know. But he's got the energy. He's got the energy to keep up with Leeds. So, you know, you can't play Fernandinho in this game. I know he played against Real Madrid at right back. And actually, Fernandinho did quite well at right back. You know, no fault with him, really. Yeah, they scored that goal that Vinicius Jr. turned in, but, you know, he's not got the pace anymore, has he, Fernandinho? He's not going to keep up with him. Well, I wouldn't expect to see Fernandinho in this game, unless we're 2 or 3 goals up in the second half and Pep wants to show up or take Rodri off. It's kind of a precaution. Now, De Bruyne, he's having the time of his life right now. The form he's in is unbelievable. You know, we're relying on him for goals and assists and his creativity too. So, yeah, as long as he carries on playing the way he is, which I think he will because he's hit full stride right now. Bernardo, what a goal that was against Real Madrid, wasn't it? Great finish. And of course, his energy and his work rate as well. He's going to go pound for pound against that Leeds midfield. You know, he's going to be up and down the pitch just like they are. Now, on the left and the right up front. Now, this is a good question. Is he going to play Sterling? I don't know. you know, he played Sterling against Liverpool in the league, which surprised me as well, because Sterling hasn't really been firing on any cylinder for the last 18, 24 months, something like that for me. He's been pretty poor. So I'd be surprised if he plays him. But then again, I don't think I would, because Pep likes to mix it up. And after the Real Madrid game, I think he's going to try and rest players ahead of next week's tie at Bernabeu. So he might play Sterling in this one, you know. He might play Sterling. He'll probably play Foden again, because like I said, Foden can play every 3 days. He's like Bernardo. He's got energy. You know, he recovers quite quickly from a hard game. So Foden likely to play on the left. But if Sterling plays, he'll go left. Foden maybe in the middle again, and Jesus on the right, possibly. Or he brings Grealish in for this one. Now, personally, I'd play Grealish on the left. I'd play I'd play Jesus in the middle, and I'd probably play Mahrez on the right. That's the front three I'd go with. I know there's no Foden in there, and I've said all the time that Foden is so important to us, but I'd give him a break ahead of the Champions League semi-final. And I think with that front three anyway, with Grealish, Jesus, and Mahrez, you know, we should be able to cause them problems. And of course, De Bruyne and Bernardo in midfield as well. They're going to create a lot. They're going to get up there. So I expect us to see the game through, but I don't think it's going to be an easy fight. It's not going to be the 7 goals that we scored against them at the Etihad. It's not going to be like that. You know, maybe 1 goal or 2. But as long as we get hold of the game early on and we come out firing right from the first whistle, you know, like we did against Real Madrid, and we have done in recent games as well, like we did against United, we did against Liverpool. That's the City I want to see. I want to see a more direct City. I want to see us pass with some aggressiveness early on. I want us to play with pace. I want us to do 1-2 touch football. I don't want to see us, you know, passing around the back four for the first 20 minutes. It's not about that anymore. We've got a month long of finals, and we've got to win every single one. There's no slip-ups. There's no passengers. We can't afford anyone. Everyone's got to be on it. And if we do that, we win this game. And you'd expect us to go on and win the league as well. And yeah, but first things first, Leeds United, away from home. Can we do it? Of course we can do it. And yeah, I expect us to, actually, yeah. I think we will. But I don't think it's going to be a cancer. But we'll see. Now, I will be doing a live watch-along for the game tomorrow, so make sure to join me for that. I think it's a 5:30 kickoff. It's a late kickoff. So yeah, join me for that. Thanks for watching as always. Make sure to hit the like button and the subscribe button, and let me know who you would play in the front three, because I think that's the only... It's the only thing we got to worry about, isn't it? The front three, because they're rotating so much. Who do you play in each game? You know? Who do you rely on the most? Let me know. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.